Hi, guys. Welcome. Welcome to my wellness coaches here. So, today I'm going to be talking about online attraction, which is extremely important right now. Any entrepreneur, particularly in the wellness space, knows that there is a lot of competition, right? There's a lot of competition, but there's also a lot of opportunity. So, after this live, there's going to be another part of my series, and that's just online attraction as a whole, attracting love, attracting everything you want in your life, all from online. But I will tell you right now that my coaches are doing really, really, really well online. So let's dive in. Let's get in there because right now I heard from two awesome coaches. They are highly experienced. They kick booty and they get their clients transformational results. But their Facebook groups are absolute crickets. So I don't know who has felt this before, who's been in this kind of trenches, but it could be exhausting when you feel like you're putting your heart and soul into the work that you do, and you do Facebook Lives and you add content and you're constantly posting new material, you're giving away a lot of free information, and then no one's even commenting or liking on your posts and your page and your videos and your content, and it can make a lot of coaches just like say, I throw in the towel because this isn't worth it. It's just simply not worth it to put in that much work and not have there be any sort of engagement. So I want to give you all some tips on how you could create more engagement online. And there are so many ways, there's so many systems, everyone has a different one. But the truth is that consistency obviously is everything in life. If we're consistent and we're dedicated and determined and we're really clear about our mission, well, of course we can get what we want. But then I have a lot of coaches who are like, yeah, that's me, and I still have no engagement. So I'm going to give you a little secret here. You don't need engagement. You actually don't need any comments or likes on any of your posts, but you still have to be posting. You still have to be posting every day. You still have to be highly engaged. You have to be calling out the problem to your specific niche market. So I want to just reiterate that because it's a really important point. You don't need followers. You don't need people liking your videos. That's not what makes you money. So as a coach, I know you're here to help people. I know you're here to serve the world and impact people. But at the end of the day, it's a business, and you need to obviously be creating income in your business. So if you're giving away all of this free content and you're super stressed out that no one's even engaged in the content that you're providing, how are you going to have the confidence to move forward with a program that's a high ticket, program that actually gives results? So that's where the mindset comes in. And, Facebook obviously is an incredible platform for all of the wonderful entrepreneurs out there, particularly my female entrepreneurs who are so incredibly awesome at what they do, and they're such rock stars. So I have a couple coaches recently who have told me that I'm working with, they're going on every day, they're doing their lives, they're talking to their niche market, they're very clear, they're very confident, they're very certain about their offer, and they're not getting too many likes or, too much engagement, but they are consistently generating 5-figure months. Yes, 5-figure months, and some of them mid 5-figure months. So what's the catch? What's the secret, right? The secret is this: to talk to your person and to call out some sort of truth bomb. So there's obviously there's a lot of information out there, and people are drawn right now to all of this information online. But there's also a lot of the same information going over and over again. It's like, oh my God, how many times do I have to hear the same thing? And then there are a lot of coaches who are kind of worried and scared to really speak the truth. Well, what if I dismiss a whole group of people? Well, those aren't your people. And so it's really important to understand who your people are. You know, there's going to be a huge group of clients who only want to work with you, and they won't even be able to know why. It's just they're drawn to you. It's attraction. And then there's going to be a whole group of people who don't want to work with you. They're not attracted to you, your methods, your program, anything that you're talking about. And that's okay. That's okay. That's where that certainty and the confidence comes in. That's okay, because you don't need to be a woman for everyone. You need to be a woman for your perfect ideal clients. And when I really got that, the whole game changed for me as an entrepreneur. I tend to be a people pleaser. You know, I'm a really, outgoing person. I have a lot of friends. I like to have people, like me and like what I have to say. I think that's pretty human, right? But it wasn't until I started realizing that I have to really speak the truth. And sometimes you got to be kind of hard, especially if, the truth hurts. But you have to say it. So I talk to a lot of coaches, so many, every single day, and everyone is so lovely and they're so passionate about what they're doing. They're so passionate about this business they've created. But I often hear a lot of them saying, you know what? I am just like, I'm at the end of my rope. Because I'm going on and I'm doing everything that like they say I should be doing, and none of it's working. So there is a real system that you need to put into place, and you do need to track what's working and what isn't working. And right now, Facebook groups, they're the big rage, right? Everyone has to have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group. They also have to have a business page, and they also have to have a profile. Then they have to be posting on their profile, their business page, and their group. Now, if you want several groups, now you have to have several groups. You have to be posting in all of these. Oh, wait, and you also have to have Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Snapchat, so there's so many platforms, and it's so overwhelming. So it's no wonder most people are like, I'm just going to give up and just try to be as authentic as possible and see what happens. That's a great approach. I love authenticity, but you can't just go it alone and without a system. You can't go rogue. It doesn't work, so any huge company got to where they are because they were super consistent. They risked a lot. They took a ton of leaps of faith. They had mentors, and they had a strategy that simply works. So I encourage each of you to really look and see, what is it? Who is my perfect ideal client? Who am I really speaking to? And am I in this Facebook group where it's crickets? If so, what do I need to do to create more engagement? Am I getting one client from that group? And, that's a client who pays me $10,000 for my program. Well, that's great. That's great. And so I want you to really start looking at what are the numbers? Bring the data and not the drama. And if you start to do that, you'll start to really think more as an entrepreneur and a real business person rather than a heart-centered coach or creative person, because as a creative person, it's hard, because your emotions are involved and you're really selling yourself. And if you just bring the data, what does the data really say? The numbers don't lie. Where are you at the end of every month? And where are your leads coming from? And if those leads are coming from Facebook and your group, that's awesome. Who cares then if you have engagement or not? Who cares if you have likes or followers or comments? It doesn't really matter. Now, a lot of people say, well, no, for the algorithm, you do need it. Of course, it's great if you can bump yourself up if you really need that, but focus on what you need for your business, not what everyone else wants for you or says you have to have, because you know your business more than anyone. So if any of you have any questions on that, it's a pretty heavy topic, obviously, and we could talk all day about it. But I want to encourage each of you to put together a strategy for your online attraction system. And I want you to, if you don't already have a Facebook group, obviously you have to get one, but I want you to really look at what you're doing in your group and then on your profile and your business page and your Instagram and all the other platforms out there. So I want you to really have a strategy in place, and your numbers should match up and be aligned with your dream. So I had a client come to me and she said, I want to make $50,000 a month this month. And we looked at her numbers and I was like, okay, we're not going to get there this month, but we could definitely get there in the next 6 months, because she was already at $20K a month. Now, if it was, just starting out, I would say, okay, now we need to maybe work a little bit quicker. We need to change our strategy. And it's just simply strategy. It's as simple as that. But if you're not super clear on who your audience is and your group, and your target, obviously that's number one. So if you have further questions on this, feel free to message me below. If you just, type anything below, like me, or message me, I'll have one of my people private message you, and we could get on the phone and talk a little bit more about this. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.